Yo guys, what is going on? It is Mr. DJM here, back again bringing you another episode in my Road to Elite series. This is episode 5, so as always guys, make sure you leave a like on this video, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm currently on 494 subscribers at the time of making this video, so if you guys could get me to 500 subscribers by the end of the day, I would really appreciate that guys. Let's get into this video as always. I'm going to show you my team. I started every game in a 4-3-2-1 formation, but I did change it in game to 4-1-2-1-2. I'll get into that a bit later on. But in goal, I went with Keylor Navas. I bought him for 10,000 coins. And I'm going to be brutally honest, guys. I didn't like him. I thought he was pretty crap in game, to be honest. Wouldn't really recommend him. I really did enjoy playing with this team, but Navas for me didn't really work. Did make quite a few mistakes. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed with him. Right back though, I went with Alessandro Florenzi. I bought him for 9,900 coins. He got 2 goals and 2 assists for me. And I really do like Florenzi. I think he's one of the best fullbacks on this game, without a doubt for me. Going forwards, he's really good, and defensively he's fairly solid as well. I have no complaints to this guy. He will do a solid job for you in your team. Centre backs now, I've gone with 2 of my personal favourite players. On the right hand side, I've gone with Kostas Manolos, who I bought for 4,500 coins. I still can't understand why this guy is so cheap. I literally don't get it. He's got 80 pace, 86 defending, 83 physical. He's the perfect centre back, yet he is so cheap. I don't get it personally, but yeah, really good player. And alongside him, for me, I think this guy is the best centre-back on this game in terms of value for money. What this guy can produce, I just think he's perfect. Great defensively. He's really good in the air, really quick. A danger from set pieces as well. He always seems to score a lot of goals. He got 3 goals for me in this weekend league. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of Rafael Varane. And left back, I went with Marcelo. I bought for 39,000, got 5 assists. And I do like Marcelo. I think going forwards, he's great. Defensively, he's fairly good. I think he just needs a bit more pace. That's my only complaint of Marcelo. Apart from that, I think he's a very solid defender on this game. Onto the midfield, now starting off on the left central midfield position. I've gone with Luka Modric, who I bought for 60,000 coins. Got 4 goals and 9 assists in the 40 matches. And I do like Modric. I don't know how good he is. I don't think he's one of the best midfielders on this game. Let's put it that way. But I do feel he was very good at times controlling the match. I just wanted a few more goals from him and for him to create a few more chances for the team. But I think he had a pretty decent contribution overall. Central midfield now, I've gone with Paulinho, who I actually packed, but he's only like 1,000 coins on the market. And he actually got a whopping 14 goals in the 40 matches for me in the weekend league. Only 2 assists, though, which is slightly disappointing. But yeah, I think this guy's a very good box-to-box midfielder, good at everything, very strong, got great long shots. I just think he needs to be a bit more creative with his passing and stuff to really improve him and take him to the next level. And then right central midfield, I've gone with Roger Nainggolan. I bought for 190,000 coins. This guy was playing CDM for me, so he did only get 2 goals and 5 assists, which is kind of understandable. But yeah, for me, it's either him or Arturo Vidal who is the best CDM on this game. I still haven't really made up my mind. But yeah, a really good all-round midfielder. Right forward now, I've gone with Ousmane Dembele, who I bought for 15,750 coins. Now, I was using this guy as a cam. He got 13 goals and 22 assists in the 40 matches. Now, I do think Dembele is a good player on this game, but I have got one big complaint, and it is going to be his finishing. It's not up to scratch, really. It's not at a very good level. He needs to get a few informs to get his shooting up. But apart from that, he's got great energy, and I did like him. Left forward now, I went with Neymar, the big money signing. This was the guy who's going to take me to the next level. I bought him for 508,000 coins, which is quite a lot of money. But he got a whopping 46 goals and 26 assists in the 40 matches. This guy is the first guy to score more goals than games for me in this FUT Champions series. And yeah, I love Neymar. One of the best players on this game. For me, arguably better than Messi. I think he's only behind people like Cristiano Ronaldo and icons. Yeah, massive fan of Neymar. And up front, I went with Kylian Mbappe, who I bought for 80,000 coins. Got 36 goals and 22 assists. A really good return. And this guy stepped up for me in this FUT Champions Weekend League. He just plays really well, great at getting in behind, a very clinical finisher. One of the most clinical strikers that I've ever had, to be honest. And as you see in there, everyone on 10 chemistry. These are 2 of my super subs. So I bring on Tolisso, mainly for Paulinho or Modric, depending on how the game was going. Got 1 goal and 2 assists in 25 sub appearances. And then the other guy I had was Gomez. Only scored 3 goals, but did get 10 assists. So he did have an impact very regularly when he came off the bench, and for only 5,500 coins, I do think this guy is a very good option to have as a super sub. So as I said earlier, I would not play 4-3-2-1 in game, so this is what I would do. I'd change the formation to 4-1-2-1-2 with the central midfielders, have Nainggolan CDM, Paulinho right central midfield, Modric left central midfield, then Neymar and Mbappe up front with Dembele as cam. Onto the player instructions, so Neymar would be getting behind and press the back line, and it'd be the exact same for Kylian Mbappe. Dembele, I would tell him to stay forwards, get into the box for cross and free roam. And then for Modric and Paulinho, I would just keep everything as balanced. And then for Roger Nainggolan, it would be cut passing lanes and stay back while attacking. And both of my fullbacks, I would also tell them to both to stay back while attacking, because they are both quite attacking fullbacks just generally, so you want to keep them back a bit. On to my highlights now from the FUT Champions Weekend League. As always, I start off with the games between 0 to 10 and I split it into 4 sections. So on to the first 10 games. I got off to a very nice start, as I seem to always do. So I won my first 2 games, then I lost 1, then I won 4 games in a row, then I lost 1, won 1, and then lost my last match. So overall, guys, I actually got 7 wins out of 10, which is, I am very happy with that. 7 out of 10 is a very good return in my opinion anyway. I'd say 6 is a minimum, but if I can get 7 or even 8, I'm normally very happy with that. And obviously what this series is all about, me trying to push for elite. And a 7 out of 10 to start off with is a very good way of going about trying to get into that elite category. Let's get on to how I felt this team played. For me, if you guys would have seen last week, I had a really poor performance. My team, I felt, did let me down slightly. But for me, this team stepped up, and especially in particular, it has to be Neymar. He is just so good on this game. His dribbling, his pace, finishing, unbelievable. He's got 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. He's one of the best players on this game, and that's why I picked him. I needed a player who was going to take me to that next level, and I felt Neymar was the guy, and I don't think I was wrong. This guy is really, really good, and he's definitely the best player I've played with. How good he is compared to some of the other best players on this game, I'm not too sure because I haven't played with him yet, but for me, Neymar's got to be up there as being considered one of the best players on this game. I felt Mbappe, I was really impressed with him. So as you see in there, confirmation, 7 wins from the first 10 games. So yeah, this team was playing really well and everything was going great. So we're on to the games between 10 to 20. This is normally the period that I struggle. As I say every time, I'm normally up for the first 10 games. But it's normally the games between 10 to 20. I'm already into it now, and it's just game after game. And you've got to build up that consistency. So let's get into how I got on. So the first 2 games I actually won, but then I did lose 2 games in a row. Then I won another game, lost 1, won 1, lost 1, and then won my last 2. So overall, I got 6 out of 10. And as I said earlier, 6 out of 10 is what I think is a bare minimum, really, of what I should be getting. But overall, I think it's a fairly good start for the first 20 games. A 7 out of 10 and a 6 out of 10, putting me on 13 wins out of 20 matches, which isn't too bad, to be honest. So overall, I was fairly happy. I felt the team was still playing very well. Neymar was just carrying me, to be honest, at times. But I would expect him to do that, considering this guy was over 500k on Ultimate Team. You expect someone worth that value to carry me, and he did. He didn't disappoint. And yeah, I really don't have any complaints to this team. I'd say maybe Modric was the only guy I'd have a slight problem with, because I just felt I wanted a bit more from him, considering he's an 89 rated central midfielder. I just wanted him to create a few more chances and dictate the play a bit more, but he did do that at times, so I'm not going to be too harsh on him. But yeah, overall, guys, I was doing pretty well, and I was looking like it was going to be at least Gold 1, maybe even Elite 3. If I wanted to get Gold 1, I think it would have been 12 wins, and I think it had to be 16 wins out of 20 matches for Elite 3. So if I really upped my game, it was possible that I could get into Elite 3. You'll find out just a bit later on what I do manage to get. If you want to see what rewards I got from my last week, that'll be in the link in the description. As always, guys, I don't normally bring it out as in this video because I do it in a separate video now, basically. So if you guys were wondering, that's why. So as you just saw there, that was confirmation of the 6 out of 10. So now we're on to the games between 20 to 30. This again, crunch period. You've really got to focus in FUT Champions. So let's get into how I got on. So I lost my first game, unfortunately, but then I actually managed to win 5 games in a row, which was just unbelievably consistent. And things were going really well. But then as I seem to always do, I seem to mess it up. And I just seem to hit that self-destruct button week in, week out, and it really is frustrating. So I lost 3 games in a row, which really did put a massive dent in my ambition for getting Elite 3 this week, which was a bit disappointing. But there was still a slight possibility because I did manage to win my very last game. So overall, I got another 6 out of 10. So it was going okay, but to get Elite 3, I was really going to have to up my game and produce some special stuff. So overall, guys, I had a 7 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, and another 6 out of 10. So I was sitting on 19 wins from that, and so that would have meant that I would have had to win 10 matches out of 10, which was just too much to ask, really. So let's get on to how I managed to do on the last 10 games. So I started off with 2 defeats, so it really did put me on the back foot. And obviously, chances of getting Elite 3 were just out of the window straight away from that. So it was going for Gold 1 once again. So we'd lost my first 2 games, but then I actually managed to win 6 games in a row, performing some of my best football that I have ever played on FIFA 18. Neymar, Nainggolan, Dembele, Mbappe, they all stepped up to the plate. In particular, I want to give him a special mention to Mbappe. He really did step up in these last 10 games, getting me some really crucial goals. So as you're seeing there, I already got Gold 2, so it was just a question whether I was going to get into Gold 1, and as you guys already know now, I did manage to get into Gold 1. I actually managed to achieve it with 2 games to spare, so in my last 2 games I did unfortunately lose, but that doesn't matter too much. But so overall I managed to finish on 25 wins exactly, and I'm fairly happy with that. I obviously would have loved to push into Elite 3 for this week. I was hoping Neymar was going to be the man to do it. I just felt I need to spend a bit more money on the players around Neymar. So if I had a world-class player like Neymar again for maybe next week, or a similar player like that, I just need to upgrade a few players, maybe people like Paulinho and Modric, upgrade people like that. I have nothing against Paulinho, he's a very good player in this team, but I maybe just need to get a few more better players to get a really all-round class squad. So yeah, that's what I'm looking to do for future weeks. But overall, guys, it's 25 wins, and I'm fairly happy with that. Obviously, Gold 1 is still my best that I've got so far. Let me know what is your best ever return on FIFA 18 FUT Champions, and how did you find it this week? Honestly, for me, I found it relatively easy this week. It was a bit easier teams that I came up against. So yeah, I found it a bit easier this week than the previous week where I did absolutely terrible. So yeah, as you see in there, confirmation of the 25 wins, and I'm very happy with that. So as always, guys, make sure you leave a like on this video and everything like that. And just finally, before we go, I'd just like to show you some of the teams that I came up against that are really good. This one, unbelievable. Ronaldo, Suarez, Messi, Vidal in form, Nainggolan in form, just sensational. This guy's got a very good team with a lot of icons, Del Piero, Petit and Rio Ferdinand. We got this team, Vieira, Pogba and Vidal in form. Name me 3 better midfielders. That is just such a good midfield. And then we got this team finally with Messi, Suarez, Dybala. So as always, guys, make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe and try and get me to that 500 subscriber goal. And I'll catch you in the next video.